Mobile Ed Productions indirectly had a start 72 years ago. Younger brother Larry, when he was approximately 10 years old, for Christmas, received a magic kit. The result of receiving that magic kit, in the long run, caused Mobile Ed Productions to be what it is today. The magic kit that Larry received from Santa Claus, I think Mom and Dad may have had something to do with it, anyway, caused him to say, okay, hey, this is great. And for the next many years, all Larry would do, he'd go buy new magic tricks, was also a member of the International Brotherhood of Magicians. It's an international organization. I think there are around 13,000 magicians in it, and Larry was a lifelong member of that organization till he died. After graduation from college, he was starting to get more and more calls from people to do magic shows. So Larry was doing magic shows all over the place, along with being a full-time teacher, CKLW in Canada. Brought Larry in. The original program was called The Fun Time Magic Shop with Mr. Houdini, W-H-O-O-D-I-N-I. Obviously a play on words, Mr. Houdini. Well, Mr. Houdini with CKLW. That program ran, I believe, for 2 or 3 years. Shortly after that, they decided that they would combine Bozo's Big Top with Mr. Houdini.
Hurry up, Bozo, real fast. Come over here. Bozo, don't let him see it.
Oh, what?
Bozo,
yes.
Tell him the card he just chose.
Tell him the card that he
That's
just
right.
Well, he's small. Do you think that he took a small card?
Well, what do you think? Tell him.
He didn't take the 2 of clubs.
2 of clubs, huh?
I don't know. I just had a feeling he was going to take the 2 of clubs.
But Larry's schedule was very full, being full-time educator, taping shows. He was doing so many magic shows on the side. He did, I don't know how many birthday parties. He started doing, bar mitzvahs. He was doing nightclubs. I was working with him a lot of times, and I was the stooge in the audience. We did nightclub shows. We did that. All of a sudden, schools were calling. Schools, we'd like to have you come in and do a magic show for us. So Larry would come in, start to do magic shows at school. Then all of a sudden, I guess the bell rang. Said, we could probably end up doing more than just magic shows. Let's bring in other forms of entertainment. Instead of you people in schools having to take field trips out, maybe I can arrange it where we will bring field trips to the school.
We started this company, back in 1978.
It was the light show was the first one, correct?
The very first show was The Amazing World of Light. And what we did in that program, well, at that time seemed to me to be pretty amazing.
I'm sure my brother never realized 72 years ago with that magic hit for Christmas that Mobile Ed Productions would be what it is today. Recently, there's been a lot of changes. Younger brother Larry passing away. There are changes that have taken place with the corporation. But I'm extremely happy to say that since Larry passed away, it was February of 2019, the major changes that have been taking place have been fantastic. The company has seen such growth that it's never experienced before. It's due to the hard work of the leadership and the employees that are there. They're all doing a fantastic job.
Larry came up during Channel 2, the 60s and the 70s. I grew up with all those shows. I was a big Bozo fan. That's stuff that I grew up with. I had a lot of respect for Larry because he he followed his passion. I mean, he was administrative for schools, but you know, and a teacher and a counselor and whatnot. But he had a passion for magic. That's what he loved to do. And he followed that passion. And he just started out doing magic shows in schools, and then it got bigger and bigger, and then he went into a company, and then he started expanding his shows, and then here we are 45 years later, you know. Who would have guessed? If you got to know him, he had a huge heart. He really did. And he would do anything for anybody that needed help.
Yes, I'm going to get out of here in 5 seconds or less, folks. I know it's hard to believe it. We're going to try it. Are you ready, Larry? This is going to be fun. Here we go. 1. Actually, in 5 seconds, folks, I will make my escape from this most difficult trick. Hard to believe, isn't it, Larry? Check your watch. You let me know when 5 seconds is up.
Gone.
What's that?
The watch is gone.
What watch?
My watch.
You mean you don't have a watch either?
No.
Every adult I get up here doesn't own a watch. I got to keep giving these things out. Just a second. Does this look familiar to you?
Yep, that's it.
Well, put that back. Get back to your seat. And how about a nice hand for both of them helping us out, okay?
He was just a great guy. I don't know how else to put it. He could be funny. He could be loud. He treated everybody well. He'd give you the shirt off of his back is what I'd like to say about Larry. Yep, he sure gave me a lot of opportunities. Mobile Ed's my family. I can't put it any other way other than I just enjoy what I'm doing and you know, and just all the people that are surrounding me to help me succeed and to help Mobile Ed succeed.
We're not order takers. We're people persons. I mean, it's just because we're again, a family. It's not just a job that you go to and then you cut off at a certain time and you're done. My husband gets to be a part of it sometimes with some handyman work. So it's just fun. You know, even if I'm talking to a presenter at home, you know, I'll have them on speaker and my husband will say hello. Larry was a character. He even came and did my son's backyard birthday party. Just a fun guy. You'd go out to dinner with him and he'd all of a sudden just have tricks coming out of his ears and his mouth.
I always wanted to do something that I felt had meaning. There's tons of jobs you can do and they just kind of feel like jobs. I feel like you're not really making any headway at the end of the day. Here it feels like we actually have like a greater purpose. It feels like we're actually doing something with an impact and meaningful impact. We're kind of setting up the future generations of tomorrow for success. So that's kind of my main reason. There's a lot of weight and meaning to it. We'd have like lunches together, meetings sometimes too, and you never know what would happen when Larry was there. One time we thought he was about to lose his lunch. He was like, we were all eating, and he started like choking. So like all the guys stand up like ready to intervene, and we're like, are you okay? And the next thing you know, he's pulling out a ribbon out of his mouth, and we're like, oh, we all started laughing. It was awesome.
I love even the concept of this company, you know, the fact that we go into schools and educate the students, you know, in a fun way. I loved Larry's dream that kids can learn in a fun way. Love the people that I work with, where there's a bond, you know, a very special bond here that you don't see everywhere. People are just so special here. They really care about you. They're like my family.
First learned about it when I was in preschool, and I had the Sky Dome Planetarium come to my school many years ago. I mean, at the end of the day, we're really a family business. Started out with just a small business that's slowly been growing, especially in the last couple of years, but we all treat each other like family and just have stayed close and tight-knit around the office here. And
I love that we are like a family. Everybody brings a different niche or flavor to the mix, and I love that. And everybody here, we genuinely care about each other.
I love the team that we have in this office. Like I said, everyone has their certain skill and our team believes in them and believes in that skill and trusts everyone, and we communicate when we need. But we also have a team outside this building that we're sitting in that we could not do. We could not do our business without them. We could not make the impact that we do on those students without our presenters and our performers. They do a fantastic job interacting with the kids, the students, being professional, also being fun. Very tricky balance. And to make education fun, I think that is very, very important skill.
As far as being a part of Mobile Ed and its 45 years of success, and it's just ongoing rapid success that's happening right now, it's excitement.
I think it's continuing a legacy. It's not like there's, I remember Cody talking, there's not like a handbook out there for how to run a mobile education company that does these kinds of assemblies. It's a feel-good thing. Like there's a lot of companies you could work for, and not a lot that you could feel really good about working for, and I was very attracted to that.
I think great leadership finds the right person for the right spot and gets out of their way. And I feel that Mobile Ed, in that sense, has very great leadership.
It's great with the team that Jeff has pulled together, you know, with the performers. He's added more equipment and more staff. He and Candace both, they worked very hard to keep us going. And I know nobody else sees that behind the scenes that they do, but I know it's going on, or otherwise we wouldn't be here.
I had typically been involved with startups right from the ground level as a founder or co-founder, and more accustomed to generating the business plans and filing patents and taking things right from the ground up. Here we had a company that had, at that time, in excess of 40 years of history to it, and said that I think I got another startup left in me. So we jumped in with both feet and reconstituted the core team. We've got an incredible group of individuals down there, and that was one of the items that really attracted me to Mobile Ed. The longevity and tenure with those that are employed by the company, participating in the company. The culture is absolutely amazing that's been built down there. A very significant milestone for 45 years. It's really rewarding when you mention that to someone on the phone. Kind of tap the brakes for a minute, pause, because it's kind of uncommon nowadays to hear that, you know, a smaller family health company has been in existence for 45 years. I think speaks volumes to Uncle Larry's vision.
Well, I can remember as a kid growing up, Uncle Larry would come out, and I don't believe missed any or many of my birthdays. So he would drive out to the house, and we would set up a time and do a birthday celebration down in the backyard on the lake. And all the neighborhood boys would come over that were 8, 10 years old. And because they knew Mr. Houdini was coming to my birthday party. So everybody would come over, and Uncle Larry would deliver birthday magic down on the lake and just thoroughly entertain all of my friends in the neighborhood. And that went on for quite a number of years. And then after me, I think he came out for a lot of Sandies even. Yeah. My younger sisters. So always very incredibly generous with his time, and thoroughly enjoyed, I think, just impacting me as a nephew, quite frankly. So very, very cherished memories.
It means a lot. It's more than just a job. It's more than just a living. It's kind of carrying the torch that Larry left behind, this legacy. It's setting up the future generations of tomorrow for success and giving them that passion for learning.
It meant a lot. You know, it's very heartfelt. So I want to keep moving forward. You know, I want to keep growing. I want to take it to the limit. You know, take it as far as we can go. So see where it takes me. It's an adventure, man. You know, it's not the destination. It's the adventure.
It's very personal. I really enjoy the activities. I truly believe in Mobile Ed's mission. I think we have the ability to reach out to students across the country. We're operating in virtually every state in the continental U.S. at this point, and it's just very exciting to have the ability to reach out and participate in the educational activities that we deliver.